for today's cup of coffee. Right before I turned on the camera, kid was singing People Are Strange When You're a Stranger.
Yeah.
This is going to go along with this story perfectly.
Awesome.
And there is a picture with this. There's a mugshot that will be inserted. And it deserves to be seen. This comes from Daily Mail and is by Vanessa Serna, August the 19th of 2022. Pennsylvania man is charged with abuse of a corpse after he tried to buy human remains from mortuary worker on Facebook.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
This one was one of those really good finds over the past week.
Uh-huh.
A Pennsylvania man was charged with the abuse of a corpse after allegedly purchasing, you had to say allegedly, purchasing human remains from a woman on Facebook.
Why do you gotta say allegedly with that?
I'll get to that here in just a moment. Jeremy Lee Powley, 40, who is known for purchasing various bones and teeth that he restores and resells, was arrested for trying to buy the corpse from a mortuary worker online. Some of Powley's purchases have included pelvis antiques and very old skulls from children.
Oh.
Powley allegedly purchased $4,000 worth of human remains from Candace Scott, who police stole them from a mortuary partnered with the University of Arkansas. The human remains included half a head, a whole head, 3 brains, a heart, a liver, a lung, 2 kidneys, a female pelvis, a torso with a nipple, and 4 human heads. Four human hands. The shop owner was set to receive the shipment from Scott in Pennsylvania, but police intercepted the remains while they were in transit. The store owner was arrested on Thursday following an investigation beginning on June 14th when police received a tip about suspicious activity about Powley and his collections, according to police. Powley was arrested and released on $50,000 bail.
What?
Now, the mugshot, any mugshot is public.
Yes.
So that's how we can show that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason you say allegedly is because these people have not been convicted. They have been accused of a crime. They have not been proven guilty of a crime.
But he was arrested.
He was arrested and charged. But he still has to go through the legal process, and only after the judge and stuff makes a ruling and he is convicted can you say that he did this. Yeah, because that's how it's supposed to work. That doesn't how it works.
But then if he's convicted, he was already put in jail once and then released on bond, so then he should have been already convicted.
No, that's not how it works. Like I said, he was arrested and then he was charged. And before you go to trial, you have the option, depending on what the crime is, to bond out. Or bail out, depending on which region.
So what, like, you can still go back to jail if you go to court?
Oh, if he's convicted, then they will determine his sentence, which is the amount of time that he will stay in jail and or prison.
Okay.
Difference between jail and prison is the length of the stay.
Okay.
Yes. So, anyhow, a little bit illegal. That I never wanted to know these things, but I unfortunately know these things in depth these days. So, officers are astonished by the finding, with Cumberland District Attorney calling the investigation bizarre. Well,
how bizarre?
Yeah. Sean M. McCormick stated, quote, "This is the most bizarre investigation I have encountered in my 33 years as a prosecutor. Just when I think I've seen it all, a case like this comes around," end quote. The caller that tipped off the police said they found several 5-gallon buckets of human remains in Powley's basement. Investigators later recovered the remains that included human brains, hearts, livers, skin, and lungs. Dr. Wayne Ross confirmed the remains from Polly's basement were human body parts. Meanwhile, a University of Arkansas spokesperson said the human remains sold to Polly were donated to the medical sciences sector of the school and were stolen from the mortuary by an employee. This goes back to those grave robbing stories.
God.
There is still a business there.
Well, did the dude know that they were stolen?
Oh, I'm sure he didn't care. And Leslie Taylor told CBS News, quote, "We are very respectful of those who donate their bodies, and we were appalled that such a thing could happen," end quote. So they'd be trying to cover their asses at this point. And Polly is the owner of the Grand Wunderkammer. And the executive director and curator of the Memento Mori Museum, according to his Facebook. Now, Wunderkammer, and those of you who speak German, I'm doing my best. It actually translates to Cabinets of Curiosities.
Okay.
Which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
It says that the Grand Wunderkammer Facebook page describes the business to be strange, curious, and unique in every way possible. The business showcases vendors of the odd and unusual, museum exhibits, guest lecturers, live entertainment, and so much more. An October 1st event in Pennsylvania is advertised to be the first annual Grand Wunderkammer gathering. Now, nearly 6,000 of Polly's Facebook supporters wonder if the event will happen. Well, It depends on when they set his court date. And a supporter wrote on Facebook, "Chin up. You've got a larger army of supporters than you think, my friend." Another one said, "Those of us that know you're solid." Other supporters commented that they still love and support Polly and appreciate everything he does for the oddities community, while noting that plenty of people have partial human skulls and teeth.
My God.
Just ponder that. Coffee slurp. Y'all ponder that just a moment.
That for a second. My God.
And it says that Polly's latest purchase was a plastic bin filled with medical bones he posted a few days before his arrest. He captioned the post, "Picked up more medical bones to sort through." A few days before, on August the 7th, Polly advertised and sold an antique articulated partial pelvis with sacrum and 5 vertebrae. Now, exactly where did that come from?
Yeah.
Other merchandise the shop owner sells are hundreds of bagged teeth, with some of them being stained, quote, "as a result of an old school disinfectant used back in the day," end quote, according to Polly. Skulls appear to be favored among Polly supporters, with multiple asking if the shop owner does payment plans for a box of a dozen skulls. Now, I'm all about oddities. I am. We are. But as far as human remains, again, that is not something that you want to own.
I mean, if the person before they died said, "Hey, if y'all ever want to sell my bones, go right ahead," that's no problem.
You know that these things, that people did not give consent.
I would.
You know that this goes back to the grave robbing
Sell my
thing
bones.
that has gone on for centuries.
Sell my bones.
You know that these human bones that are being used, and not accusing on this, in a lot of rituals.
When I die, skin me like a piece of taxidermy, stitch my skin up, stuff it with straw, hang it outside like a damn scarecrow, take my bones, sell them, make stuff out of them.
No.
Yeah.
I think even if you give consent, that's still probably illegal in this nation. In other countries, maybe not so much, but in this one, I think that's highly frowned upon.
Frowned upon is different than illegal.
And sometimes
There has to be a loophole somewhere.
Maybe, I don't know. But as far as there being large swaths of people owning some of these things, that sounds like this community's sort of in a bubble. They may not be as many as, they want to believe own them. And maybe I'm in a bubble. That there's more people out there that own human remains than I want to think about.
There's a lot more than you know. Seriously. There's a lot more than you think. I would be one of them.
That is, you would own so many cursed objects if I did not tell you, don't bring that in this house.
I would.
And then bad shit would happen and you'd be going, Mama, bad shit happened. You were right. No kidding.
I wouldn't mind having a necklace made out of human teeth.
No, I don't. Again, because to me, that is just disrespectful. And, previous story about the shrunken heads where those were being returned to the country of origin. That's okay. Even as far as the mummies and different things like that, that's disrespectful. That even is desecration of a grave. It may have been an elaborate, grave, but it was still a grave. Archaeologists, another name for grave robbers.
Yeah.
They just have, the college degrees so that they can do that more legally.
I could do that. I could get into archaeology.
You could.
I like archaeology.
But to, dig some of these things up, even as far as when you have the ossuaries and some of these skull cathedrals, which are amazing. They are beautiful. And there's several of them. I think there's one. Is there one in Russia?
I think so.
Or the Czech Republic or something like that. And you can look those up online, and they are. Was it the Czech Republic? Just amazing. But now the people did know what was going to happen with those bones. But as far as to bury somebody, I don't care if it's been hundreds of years and somebody randomly go and dig them up and sell them on Facebook or whatever. There is something that just feels so wrong about that. To have random collector. And it's just... Yeah, it's just odd. I was going to pull up the dude's picture here and let Clay... youngest kid, see what he looked like to show what you all will see.
You downloaded it?
I did, because that's how I'm sorry
that's the dude who bought this stuff?
Yes.
He looks fucking cool. He looks fucking cool.
I want to know how he's going to look if he makes it to 70 or 80.
He's going to look fucking cool as an old dude.
And I'm sure that you all can, and people will go to his Facebook page, and there will be people that are listening to this that they're like, I'm going to support him, and I'm going to collect some of these objects. That's an individual choice. As far as me, those things are haunted. And it's just like, no, don't own other people's body parts. The only time that is acceptable is like, children's teeth when they fall out.
I wonder if he had to take those piercings out of his head.
Because he bonded out, probably not. It's just, but now if he is convicted and has to serve time, oh yeah. Now I don't know how they're going to get the spikes off of his head. I think those things
those are implanted.
In. Yeah.
Like the screws are implanted.
Yeah. And so as far as the spikes and stuff, they would have to unscrew those. Yeah. Yeah. Those come off. Now, the ones that are beneath the skin, I don't know. That's somebody else's problem.
Yeah.
I'm glad I ain't having to work that pod. Yeah.
He looks fucking cool as hell.
Oh God, don't get your face tattooed. Now look at this. The man has his face tattooed. Of course, we'll
Half
always.
of his face tattooed.
Now, how is the and an eyeball tattooed?
Yeah.
Now he's going to have to go in front of a judge.
Well, he could put makeup on one side of his
Oh
face.
hell no, that's right there is the mugshot. Now you know the judge has already, anybody has already seen that, because somebody that looks like that within the corrections industry, within the legal industry, they've already shared that shit, going, "Oh look, dude is coming up before us soon," because that is how it works. Never put tattoos on your body that you cannot cover up if you have to go to court. Never assume that you will not have to go to court.
I still think he looks fucking cool.
Oh, God. Anyhow, it's just get the things legally if you're going to. I mean, it's just, don't be doing no grave robbing. That's disturbing the dead. They get pissed at that.
They do.
So why would you do that?
I don't know.
I mean, even people, it's always so
How
funny.
many archaeologists have
Yes.
got cursed?
Well, from King Tut's tomb, quite a few. I mean, there were quite a few of those people who died. And they don't know. They keep wanting to say, oh, it was microbes, or it was some kind of mold or fungus or something like that that killed these people. That very well may be. But it's still, they were dead.
Yeah.
That was what the curse said. Don't mess with me or you will die.
Yeah.
I know that there was one of them, it was interesting, I can't remember what his name was, that he died, and at the same moment over in London or wherever it was, his dog died. So it's like, I'll get you and your little dog too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we don't even, some of these people who came before, we don't even know what kind of curses or whatever could be on their remains.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know how horrific it feels for us that they have desecrated some of the Native American, graveyards and stuff.
Yeah.
So what makes it any less desecration if it's any other type of graveyard? People used to have respect. They used to understand sacred spaces. This dude does not understand sacred spaces.
He doesn't go out, he just buys them.
And do you think that that doesn't hold him accountable? We don't know that this is not part on a spiritual level of him being held accountable.
Who knows?
Yeah. So.
Ooh.
Ooh, woo, it's right. It's like, here comes the judge. Ooh, woo. If you've had experiences with the paranormal, the supernatural, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, grave robbers, please don't be a grave robber. That is not a good job description. If you've got local, regional, or family
If you do,
myths
who
or
you
legends,
sell them to?
don't sell this, and don't put them in jars and sell them on eBay.
Well, you can sell them to me.
No, do not sell this child anything unless he wants to sleep in the backyard. That's it. We'll pitch a tent back there for him. Email address is cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. If you need prayers, same email address. It may take me a little while to get back in touch with you. Same thing on some platforms as far as responding to comments under the videos.
Yeah.
My apologies. Some days I don't function too good. But be all right.
I don't think anyone functions too good.
No.
If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all. Have a good...
We'll see you on the next cup. So what she's going to say, you took a breath and you just stopped.
I think he looks fucking cool.
Okay. Y'all can comment whether you think dude looks
If you
cool or
give
not.
permission, sell your bones.
What they gonna do? Stamp that on there?
Hell yeah.
You know, license.
I'll put that on my fucking will. Sell my bones. My bones are legal to sell.
Oh, anyhow, we'll see you on the next cup. Bye.
Bye. Make it into art.